Hello guys, this is Dozel. I'm going to be doing a little Let's Play on World in Conflict, a game that was released back in September 2007. It's created by a Swedish company known as Massive Entertainment, and it was published by Ubisoft. I think back then Ubisoft was called Sierra Entertainment. Now, what is World in Conflict? World in Conflict is a real-time strategy game that on RNRTS that sits itself in a world where back in 1989, and kind of a time paradox where the Soviet Union, as a last resort before they collapsed, they finally just decided to invade America. So, yeah, the Soviets invaded America in this game. Okay. Let's set up a server. Yeah, and all those voices you're hearing in the background is actually from the menu. And that's what this little TV screen, little crappy TV screen, like news reports and everything. Now there's essentially two different kinds of three essentially game modes. It has its own campaign, which I may play in a later video, but there is a way to put in kind of an instant action game. Instead of going online and everything like that, you can do an instant action map. And this is what you're going to see here is actually how you do it. You go to local area network, you do create a servers, you set how the match length, number of players, no auto even teams, and okay. So there's three types of game modes. Assault, which is kind of like Rush from Battlefield 3. The enemy has to capture certain objectives, two objectives usually, and push the front line back until the final two objectives. And the other team has to keep the attacking team from doing so. Then there's domination, which is essentially like if I had to say anything, conquest from Battlefield 3, and that's just capturing a certain flag positions to get your points up. And then tug of war, I never really play, but yeah, I don't really know what tug of war is. But I might actually play that in a little bit. Yeah. So I'm gonna just do a domination one, because that's one I'm more familiar with and like doing. Now, what is the difference between this and other RTSs? One, it's not a base building one. You get a certain amount of points in order to buy units that will be dropped on a spawn beacon. Yeah. So instead of you building like a base or specific buildings and capturing resources, there's a certain amount of points that get regenerated over time, and you use these points to buy units and bring them in onto the battlefield. You know what? I like Apocalypse as my favorite. Yeah. So again, setting up a instant action game. By the way, instant action is just a way to describe people.
This just came in. We're looking at some very disturbing live footage here.
Just to describe a game where people are playing an offline version of what multiplayer would be. Yeah. So let's see. So you got Faction 1 and Faction 2. Usually there's actually 3 factions in the game. That is USA, USSR, and NATO. There is an expansion pack for this, but currently it doesn't work for me for whatever reason. I can't even launch. When I install it, I can't even launch the World in Conflict game. But, yeah. So, let's see. What do I want to play as?
The scale of the attack is still unclear at this point, but we will get you more detailed reports as soon as possible.
You know what? I'm going to show you some Abrams.
It's just unbelievable. I mean, we knew they meant trouble over in Europe, but what on earth are they doing here? Reports of heavy gunfire in the Kirkland area, as well as... Just by looking out my window, I can see we're pretty much...
You can set the bot difficulty. And let's just create the server. Yeah, so like I said, the whole game was based off this time paradox, as I would like to call it. That the Soviet Union just, when they were about to collapse, decided to go to war with with everybody else, causing a world war. And eventually they got on America's doorstep.